Hi, I'm Dan Hernandez. I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Sport Fishing, but today we're back at beautiful Hotel Buena Vista Beach Resort down in the East Cape in Baja, Mexico. And I'm hosting a small group of anglers down here. We have about 25 anglers with us today. And last night at dinner we did a drawing to find out who was going to fish with me. And the Reynoso twins, you've seen them on some past episodes. They've been with us, local charters out of Los Angeles and San Diego. Last night they got lucky, their names are picked. So today they're gonna fish with me down here out of the hotel. We're gonna go offshore. We're gonna look for marlin, tuna, maybe even a wahoo. You never know what to expect. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing. This week's episode of Sport Fishing is brought to you by Shakespeare, Cabela's, Cajun Red Line, Fluger, Game Saver, Blue Cross of California Foundation, and by Laser Shark, manufactured by Eagle Claw. Sailfish. All right. Yeah, it's a sailfish. There you go. Keep the pressure on him. There you go. There you go. Beautiful little beautiful sailfish. Un photo? Okay, put the rod down. Put it in free spool. Put the rod down. Okay, take a picture. Huh? Well, I'll get you the picture first, and then I'll get one. I need a picture of my wife. Put them in the boat real quick. Okay. There he goes.
All right. Woo!
All right, Joe, man, congratulations. First sailfish.
All right.
Thank you, Capitan.
Thank you, Captain. All right, guys.
That was first sailfish there in the morning, first sailfish of the trip. We had a shot at one yesterday, and we missed it on the lures. At this one, Joe did the whole thing. Fish came up, ate the bait, and it's the very first billfish Joe caught all by himself. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. That was
awesome. A lot of fun.
That was great. Throwing a live bait, so quite a hoot.
Yeah, that was it. He came up, he ate, he did everything perfect, just like we wanted. Well, we're still running to the spot we want to get to. We got about 10 more miles to go, get to the tuna. So we're going to work our way out there. But we already got one billfish in the bag.
Oh, I'm excited. Let's go do it.
All right.
Fish Fact, brought to you by Eagle Claw. Common to 7 feet in length, Pacific sailfish are normally larger than those in the Atlantic. Sailfish range from San Diego, California to Chile. They are a rapid growing species reaching 4 to 5 feet in a single year. Sailfish swim at speeds up to 50 knots and feed on the surface or at mid-depths on smaller fishes and squid.
There we go, we're hooked up. We got a little sailfish going. We've been trolling for a little bit, and we're relaxing up there on top. And one of the flat lines, the trolling lines, got hit. The fish didn't stick on it, but it got our attention. The fish was behind the boat. So what we did was go ahead and drop back a bait. The deckhand dropped the bait back on this outfit. He just dropped it back, and fish ate it. It's a nice little sailfish. This is a perfect outfit, 30-pound test line, fight this kind of fish. Just take my time, nice deep water here. You don't have to worry about fish cutting you off on anything. There's hardly any boats around, so it's really beautiful. This is why people come to the Baja. You get to do fishing like this, experience this type of fish. Look how clear that water is, Joe. Here he comes. Yeah. Here he comes again. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Yeah. All right. Here we go. We're gonna bring him in real quick. Get the hook out of him. You see the help? There he goes. It's a beautiful fish. Well, we're gonna put the lines back on the water, see if we can get Joe another fish. It's an awesome day out here at Buena Vista Beach Resort, fishing with our crew out here. It's a great time fishing. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more exciting action here on Sport Fishing. This week, the Tackle Box is brought to you by Shakespeare, manufacturer of America's best-selling fishing rod, the Ugly Stick. This week in the Tackle Box, we're going to talk to you a little bit about some of the new technology out there in fishing. Standing next to me is Tim Campbell. He's with Swifty Manufacturing. Thanks for joining me, Tim.
Hey, no problem, Dad.
So what's the new thing that you have here is the connection between monofilament, fluorocarbons, and spectral line.
That's correct. There's been a need to find an efficient way to connect monofilament or fluorocarbon to spectra without a big bulky knot.
Right.
So we've been able to work on this. Is something that's been around for a while, but it really wasn't fully through the process of being evolved to what it is today. But we've come up with a way now to connect the monofilament or fluorocarbon directly to the hollow spectra that's out there in the market. And what's nice about it is it's a direct connection. There's no knots. There's no changes in direction.
And a big trick to this is using a glue, right?
That's correct. What's really important about it is we wanted to maintain the flexibility without it cracking so that when it goes through your guides or when the fish is running back the boat's rocking, it doesn't fracture. It maintains its hold on the fluorocarbon monofilament.
And the glue that you use is a special developed glue that you got your chemist to make for you.
Exactly.
It's totally different. It's not on the market.
There's nobody else that has it.
Glue
it's
or
not
any
a
of
crazy glue. Those are all cyanos and those fracture. And we did a lot of testing on them. They're not what you need for this application. So we actually took a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of R&D work, and came up with this specific adhesive for this specific connection system so that we can connect to line.
And what we're using here is Cajun red line for the leader. And what's nice about this is the monofilament, the Cajun red here, will work as your shock absorber. So when the fish is running, if you tied it straight to the spectra, first of all, you're not going to bit as much just because the spectra is real obvious to the fish, and the Cajun red is more invincible. But you want the stretch of the monofilament, the stretch of the line, so when you're fighting the fish.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really nice about this system is it allows you to adjust your fishing style moment by moment while you're on the water.
And the best part of monofilament is that connection to the hook.
Exactly.
And when the fish bites, and this is where it does best. It stretches, works as a big shock absorber, and help you land more fish. You can adjust your length by, I guess, the size of the fish you're going after.
Size of the fish, conditions, if you're casting, if you're bait fishing. I throw jigs with it. It just works great. It doesn't make any difference. You know, because we have the ability now to not change direction of the line and maintain 100% breaking strength, we're catching more fish.
Yeah, and what's really neat, but I think more anglers will be apt to use this technique. They don't like to tie the bibney twist. They don't like to try to learn all those fly fishing knots and stuff. And this is a nice, easy way to do it. And what's neat about this too, if you're bill fishing, you want to go 300-pound leader, 200-pound leader, it's just a quick connection away from there.
Oh yeah, it goes
Easy
from 40-pound to 300-pound. It's all designed in the kit. In fact, this is our connection system. It has everything in it that you need to put this together. We've even got on our website video on how to do this, so if you miss it or want to have it, or you can visit your local tackle store. They're all up on speed on. They're doing it too.
All the tackle stores are talking about this all the time. So remember, it's the Swifty whole kit here for the spectral connection, using Cajun red line as the main line. And you can find out visiting Tim's website. Go to your local tackle store. It's all available there. Thanks, Tim, for joining us.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action here on Sport Fishing. Okay, we got a blue marlin on. He came up. I was driving the boat for a little bit, and we're still working in the same area. We haven't got seen any fish for a while. A blue marlin came up right behind the boat, and we were going to drop back a bait on him, but the skipper made the right decision. He said, don't do it. This fish is too big for, we were rigged up for sailfish. So we left the lures out there and the fish came get it. Good job. What's happening now is skipper's got the boat in reverse. We're just going nice, easy, slow reverse so we can get a lot of line back on the reel. Joe's pulling hard. This fish is going to get ready to jump again. Line's coming up to surface. Here, get back here in the corner. Get back here in the corner. Get over Bob. There you go. Work them up easy. Okay, just step back. Let them get the leader.
Oh, on the leader.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Well, that was a beautiful blue marlin Joe caught. The hook was in it kind of deep, and when we had it on the side, the fish was starting to bleed pretty bad. Skipper said we should really keep this one because he didn't want to release it and it would just die. Sharks would get to it. Joe, congratulations. This is a beautiful fish.
Thanks a lot.
And blue marlin's delicious. You know, we always encourage you to release them if you hook them good and you can release them. This one was going to die, so we kept it. That fish will taste delicious. It's a beautiful fish.
I'm very excited.
So you excited, man? Two fish?
This was a unbelievable weekend, I'll tell you. I know I was skeptical before I came here. You've been working on me for years, and I finally made it. And I'll tell you, if you ever have any doubt, get down here. This is the best. This is unbelievable. Thanks, Dan.
It's a great time. Thanks a lot. I had a great time fishing down here. Joe fished with us today. Yesterday we had Saul and Joe. We had great fishing. It's been a wonderful trip. And this is our annual trip where we bring a group of anglers with us down here, viewers of the TV show. We have 50 people down today. We had a great time. All of them caught fish, had a great time. It's just been a really fun trip. Thanks for joining us. This week, the galley is brought to you by Dan Hernandez Dipping Sauces and the Baja Style Fish Batter. This week in the galley, we're down at Hotel Buena Vista Beach Resort. Standing next to me is Oscar. He's the head chef here. And Philippe, thanks for having us down.
Hey, how you doing today?
Thanks, Oscar. And what he's going to do for us is a little tuna dish. And how do we get started?
Okay, Oscar's going to start chopping the tuna. and thin slice of tuna. Then you're gonna put it on the plate here. This fresh tuna.
Just caught today.
Just caught today.
Yeah. That's probably a big part of the dish is having the fresh fish.
Yes, actually, this plate that we're gonna do here is very famous here at the hotel.
So you just had a little piece of tuna, cut it out, and then just starts cutting
It's
it
the
up.
fillet.
Okay, and now we have the fish cut up. What's next?
Okay, now we're gonna put oregano all over.
Okay.
Okay. And after putting the oregano gives a very good flavor to this. Then you chop some onions,
Cebolla?
cebolla. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, so you just
Go
slice
over.
them and then you lay them out.
Slice them. Then with the next ingredients, the flavor of the onion is gonna get light with the tuna, so it's very good. Then he's cutting chile serrano.
Serrano chilies.
It's gonna give it the Mexican flavor.
Yeah.
These chilies are hot,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I like those chilies. They're really
they're
good.
very good.
So it's a combination of the onions and the chilies.
Then we go with olive oil,
So this fish is never cooked. It's all raw.
all raw. Then it's lemon juice. And at the end, the soy sauce.
Soy sauce. So the lemon juice and the soy sauce actually do the cooking.
Those are the ones who do the cooking.
So normally all you do is just throw this in the refrigerator, let it chill, and then all the juices from the orange juice, or was that orange juice?
No,
lime
lemon
juice.
juice,
Lime juice, lemon juice, and then the olive oil, all that will cook it. I'll try a little piece.
Try it.
Try the chili.
Chile. How was it?
That's delicious.
That's delicious. It's very good.
And I was lucky enough yesterday by the pool they were serving this, and it tasted really good. And it had been in the refrigerator for a little bit, nice and chilled. It was really delicious. So thank you very much, Oscar.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you, Felipe.
welcome,
And this is a very simple dish. You could do at home, and the nice taste of the chili just brings out a little bite to it. It tastes really great. Again, if you had it in the refrigerator for an hour or so, it really cooks it really well and gets all the taste to it. Wonderful dish, and the whole key to this dish, you got to catch the fresh tuna down here in the East Cape. Beautiful Hotel Buena Vista Beach Resort is where you should come do it. Thanks again, guys.
You're welcome.
Let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action here on Sport Fishing. We had the big surf fishing tournament, and the largest surf fishing fish was taken by Johnny. Johnny, come on up. There's a there's a reel on there already.
Yeah, well, you gotta give
Oh, okay. Third place, non-bill fish, was 42 pounds, weighed in, David Foreman. Yeah.
Good job, David.
Third place. Here you go, as a ride.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, second place, 60 pound, 60.2 pound. The yellowfin tuna was Sutherland. Oh, another one of them shirts. Boo.
Where'd you get that shirt? I want one. You can have mine when we're done with dinner. I'll show you my shirt. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, and then first place for the non-billfish division at 61 pounds, 2 ounces. Hey, I'm sorry, 81 pounds. 81 pounds, 2 ounces.
Oh, you got this.
Johnny Jimenez. The largest sailfish taken was by Lupe Hermosa. Hinojosa.
How large is large? What was the weight on that, man?
The next one was a striped marlin in the 120-pound class, and I wasn't sure was it David or Kyle. David got it. Dave Rocha. Yeah.
Sweet.
300-pound class blue marlin today was caught by Mr. Olson. Yeah. He caught it in a ponga too.
Yeah, just outside of Mazatlan.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Jay.
Cool. Thank you, Dan.
All right.
Right on.
This week, the tip of the week is brought to you by Magic Metal Jigs and B52 Bucktail Jigs. This week's tip is that when you're down here in the Baja, you just have to always be positive. You know, you don't know if it's going to be that day that you're out fishing or the next day. Usually when you're down here, you fish for 2 or 3 days. Not all of them are going to be fantastic days on the water, but you just can't give up. I can't tell you how many times might have had, you know, a slow day one day and the next 2 days were great. And on this trip, the same thing happened. We had one day that was okay, but we had 2 outstanding days. Fishing is just awesome down here. You just have to be prepared and always stay positive. That's this week's tip of the week. I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you did enjoy this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and I hope you join us again next week as we bring you more exciting action here on Sport Fishing.